Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the very end of The Rise of Skywalker, one major question that a lot of fans have had in mind is exactly what in the world happened to Ben Solo, and exactly what is Disney and Lucasfilm doing with the character of Ben in the future Star Wars projects for Disney Plus and more. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one exciting aspect of the new Star Wars universe is the fact that we've got Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, Deborah Chow, and other people coming on board over at Lucasfilm to handle over a dozen Star Wars projects that are all going to be interconnected. Already, Rangers of the New Republic, the Ahsoka Tano series, as well as The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, are all going to be very connected to the point where it's all going to lead to an epic finale. Now, on top of all of this, what's really exciting has to do with the Skywalkers. That's exactly what Jon, George, and Dave are focusing on, is by expanding the Skywalker family, the Skywalker bloodline, on Disney Plus in the form of television. They are essentially continuing the Skywalker saga in a different way than the actual movies. Now, this to me is a very great way for Disney to evolve Star Wars as we know it. It probably is the best way to go about doing so in order to really give the fans something to really look forward to. Now, with that being said, of course, everything related to actor Adam Driver, what's all the more exciting, has to do with his return in the Star Wars universe and exactly what Jon Favreau and George have planned. Now, of course, given that by far one of the most successful characters that were introduced in the sequel trilogy was considered Kylo Ren / Ben Solo, portrayed by actor Adam Driver. Now, Disney has been focused on their new projects that will expand on the biggest characters from all of the trilogies. It's noted that creator George Lucas recently hired actor Adam Driver to step in for the role of Kylo Ren / Ben Solo in the Rise of Skywalker sequel series that is set to arrive on Disney Plus sometime in 2023. Now, this major decision by George Lucas is to introduce Ben Solo in the series in multiple forms, such as a Force ghost and resurrecting the character, temporarily speaking, in the new show using a new Force power that comes from the Whills. It's noted that Adam Driver is very excited to come back to the role of Ben Solo in the new show, that even Jon Favreau is looking for a way to bring back Adam Driver in the form of live action later down the road for the new Star Wars universe that is currently coming along very well for the fandom to witness year by year. Now, Adam Driver is described to also provide facial scans for Ben Solo's return in the sequel series that will be done using lifelike animation. So let's stop right there for a second. Now, this is a very detailed strategy by Jon Favreau and George Lucas to keep the character of Ben Solo relevant. I will agree that we could have used him a little bit more in the sequel trilogy movies. Kathleen Kennedy was the one directly responsible for not wanting Ben Solo to have a major role in the third act. In fact, originally, there were a lot more Ben Solo scenes with him using a lot more dialogue than what we got in the final cut of the movie. In the final cut, technically, after Ben Solo turns, the only thing that really comes out of his mouth is "ow" when he crashes on top of those chains on the world of Exegol as he's going down below the surface. That's literally all he says. So it's going to be a very interesting process to see Adam Driver's return into this lifelike animated sequel series by providing facial scans and doing voiceover work, and how Jon Favreau is setting up a way to bring Adam back into the form of live action as well. That could very well signal perhaps a Knights of Ren origin story, or something to do with Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren during the events of the sequel trilogy, but in between the movies. Very possible. We do know that J.J. Abrams has always wanted that, and Disney could very well be taking that into account. However, when we look at the character of Ben Solo, it's a very mysterious character as far as his past goes. It's almost similar to how Luke was treated in the sequels. We really don't know all that much about Luke's journey from the very end of Return of the Jedi to him becoming a Jedi Master. In Legends, we know. In the Disney canon, we pretty much know virtually nothing. And that's exactly what Disney wants to fix. They want to demystify those characters' past, and they want to actually embrace more of that. So that to me I think is going to be, once again, another great way to evolve Star Wars and these important characters that are so connected to the Skywalker saga. As far as George and Jon Favreau go, they really do know exactly what the fandom wants to see, either, be it on the big screen or be it on Disney Plus when it comes to new Star Wars TV shows and more. Nonetheless, a lot is coming our way. They really are trying to do their absolute best to really regain the fans that walked away from the sequel trilogy movies. There's no doubt about it. Tons of people walked away after Episode 9 and said to themselves that they were done with Star Wars forever. But now it seems like we're getting a bit of a 180 because of what happened with Season 2 of The Mandalorian. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.